Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to Saturday mornings, messages of love from above. So happy to see you. It's a nice overcast day here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. Let me get my desktop all set up here and we will get started. All right. Let me just do a couple more things here. Make that a little smaller. There we go. Right, and we are live. YouTube says we are live, so we will believe them. And all right, just move that back out of the way. All right, so let's before we get into things, let's send some love out to the world, as I like to do at the beginning of every session. One, it brings in beautiful love energy for us, to raises our vibration to hear from spirit, puts us in a great place of receiving. But the world can use a lot of love, right? There's no shoulds, but there's a could. We're like, yeah, the world can be at balance. The more unconditional love we send out to the world, the more it balances the scales, because there's a lot of fear and lower vibrational energy out there in this point of human unfolding. Although, in comparison to the past, there was a lot of fear. But this, we do have a lot more people here too on the planet. So one person sending out unconditional love balances a million people having lower vibration. When we do it together, not only adds on top of one another, it multiplies it. So I like it. So whether you're watching live or on replay, you can join me in doing this. And we'll start off here first. Just taking a big deep breath, or two or three or 100, and come back to this moment, letting the outside world fall away for it, just for a little bit, right? So let's take two big deep breaths. So first, hold it for just a couple seconds and then release. And one more time, big breath in. Hold for a sec, and then release. All right. As I hit the singing bowl, just imagine a giant waterfall of unconditional love energy going in, filling up our being, our heart, our brain, our mind, our lives, whatever it may be, and overflow. It fills us up first, and then it overflows out to the world. I'm going to hit it about 3 times. So here's the first. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. Just put it back there. Let it finish out its singing back there. What else? We're getting toward the end of the month. Can you believe it? We're less than a week away. Next Saturday will be the first Saturday of the month. So if you missed the video coming in, I give away, but YouTube gives me 10 free of my Zen Cricket YouTube channel memberships to give away free each month. And so on the first Saturday after the first, which actually the first is going to be this Saturday, I give 5 away in the morning and 5 away in the evening because I have an international audience. So I like to break it out so that everyone has a chance to win those. But you do have to have your gifting acceptance setting set to on. And that video before coming in, if it probably did it for some of you, but here's the video that tells you how you can turn that on. That's all you have to have. So I start to advertise like a week before so that you can have a chance to do that. In fact, I think Grace 1111 is one of our winners from last month. So hello, hello, and then shout out to HTTPS. You'll see uh, my members in their names in green with a little badge, and they're actually one of my Zen Cricket YouTube channel members. So shout out to you guys. Hello, hello. Good to see you. And so that's for that. And then some other free things that I offer through the channel here. I do a weekly pick a card. We had a Sagittarius full moon a couple of days ago, so this one here is actually tells you how to make the most of the full moon release energy. And then also there's a pick a card on where in your life can you be more open-minded. So that's really cool there. I noticed today I must have been looking at a different calendar. Normally every Sunday I put out a new episode of my podcast From Chaos to Cozy, but I noticed I'm like, oh look, episode 16 came out today instead of tomorrow. So I must have clicked the wrong date. So you get it a day early. And this is the deepest of relationships, which is great. And my podcast is all about, we come from cozy, we come down here to chaos, then we make our way back to cozy, and it's talking about the most chaotic times I had in my life, the tools and the journey that spirit took me through to where I have a life that's more cozy than chaotic, at least back to that point. So that is that one there. And hey, Sean, shout out to one of my other winners from this last month. Hello, hello to you. And then, of course, we also went into Gemini season. So here's a pick a card for all of us. And then there's also a reading there um, for all the Gemini sun babies. So happy birthday to all you Gemini sun babies. There's a 3-month forecast, so you can check that out. And then also I have monthlies that I put out for each individual zodiac sign. So if you haven't checked out your June monthly, here's the playlist. And there's even a little chart in there that talks about what planet rules over what area of your life. And so if you know, like, let's say where your Saturn is, what sign your Saturn is, that'll tell you about your work life. So you can go, oh, my Saturn's in Capricorn. Well, that's rules over it, but then you can go look at your Capricorn and get some information about your work life, or Venus and your moon sign about your emotions and love, and all about the men in your life, the Mars, masculine energy. Where's that at? And so those things can help you with that too. And then also, I'll be having a new astrological Zenergy video coming out talking about Neptune and Chiron going retrograde in a special, launching period that we're in right now. That'll be out. I think it's Monday or Tuesday. I forget. I think it'll be Tuesday. But but this is the last one that I put out, which is the retrogrades of Pluto and Uranus, which were in the pre-shadow and retrogrades and we're going to be in them for a while. So that's some good information, and just in retrogrades in general too, because we're in retrogrades about half of our lives with the pre-shadow and the post-shadow stuff. So, it's good to understand retrogrades and what kind of inner reflection it's throwing us into, right? All right, but those are a lot of the free things that I'm able to offer because of my YouTube channel memberships. All the people who donate during these sessions, which we'll talk about here in a sec, and then anyone else that purchases any of my other offerings that are listed down in the description box of the video. I have personal readings, past life readings, relationship readings, life purpose readings. I have an energetic hedge, which is actually half off until the end of May. It's normally $50 for a 2-week process, but it's half off. It's $25 now. So if you're looking at into that, all that information is listed in the description box of the video down below. So there you go. Blah blah blah. All right. Well, if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. First of all, we got a great group of people, huge hearts, huge senses of humor. Hey, everybody. Hey, Brenda. Hola, hola. um, and how the free readings work is I go down in order, first come, first serve down the chat. There's no special list. The chat is it. Just put your question out there. If you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for like a general reading, spirit knows, and we'll pull cards for that. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. It is how I make my living. I just into my wonderful best friend and host who lets me live in her basement for free. And so all of that allows me to do this. And so I step outside of the free readings and prioritize those. And I dive deeper, meaning I pull more cards for those too. And then when I'm done, I go back and make my way down the free readings. To make a donation, you can use the super chat. Also, in the description box of the video, it mentions the Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. So whatever way you want to do that, and whatever dollar amount. I don't look at dollar amounts. I know everyone's finances vary from person to person, day to day, country to country, wherever. Sometimes planet to planet, to all you aliens out there, you know. So I don't look at that. I just honor and know that you're giving from your heart. And that's the way it works. So we'll get into it. Today, I'm going to kind of go back. I used these last week, and I've been kind of changing off here and there throughout the weekend with different tarot decks. And I'm going to use this one, The Wandering Star by Kat Pierce. She's actually also a singing artist. So if you want to check out her videos, she's really good. All right. So let's get into it. So I do have a few donations, so we'll start there. So up first will be Brenda. Hey, Brenda. And thank you for the diamond and the donation, of course. So you texted Eric this morning. He hasn't opened the message yet. Uh-oh. What will be the outcome for it? His thoughts and his actions, destiny for the relationship. All right, let's take a look here. See what's going on with Eric. Excuse me. So first of all, what's going to be his thoughts and actions based on the text there, and the outcome of that? And then is there any destiny in store for this relationship that Spirit's willing to tell us about right now? All right. So he's probably busy like always, right? Right. Well, you know, the bottom of the deck here, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. And of course, the Queen of Pentacles is all about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, taking care of yourself, focusing on you, making decisions for you. So, you know, they're starting off with the reminder, which your spirit guides are so funny. All right, before we get started, remember we're working on you, and we're, you know, working on raising our self-love, our self-worth. Me. And I'm like, all right, all right. Yeah. So, you know, they're reminding, you know, it's you know, look inside and focus on self-love, right? So that's always a good thing that comes in there. So the three cards that are coming in here for their response, you know, you got the Full card here, which is like this beginning of a new adventure, free of expectations, free of intentions, free of, you know, I just got to be able to be me and flow, and it's like a lion. They usually show me here like a lion that doesn't want to be caged. They'll go on adventures and do things, but I feel like there is this um, wanting to be just themselves and not have to have any intentions, just to be able to do what they want when they want, right? Yay. But we got also the 7 of Wands with this, which the 7 of Wands, if I can get to focus here, they've got this energy of well, they're not really focusing. You know, they've got this it's standing up on a hill, not defending themselves, not asking permission to shine, not dimming their light. I'm gonna be me and I'm gonna do what I want. And it's like, you know, not not like a selfish type of um mean, douchebag energy, but I gotta be me and I gotta just be able to do what I need to do right now. It's like, okay, I get you, right? We got the Six of Pentacles, which can be an equal giving and receiving type of energy. But there's also this reminder with the Six of Pentacles, which is that, it's part of the journey that, they are nudging you in with the Queen of Pentacles, and that inner, the inner work is realizing the tendency to overgive, right? And we can probably everyone on the that's watching right now can relate. We're all the givers, right? Overgive, 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 and we get very little back. And it happens, and we'll continue to see that mirror and experience that until we go in and look at that. And I've shared probably before, but I'll just for the sake of everyone that might be listening, I do have a Take 10 with Zen playlist here. Whoops, let me undo that. Yeah. All right, there we go. And it's episode 5 that talks about the Six of Pentacles, which is our giving and receiving rate of exchange. And it impacts us. It's below the surface running on autopilot. And so be aware, of this energy that they're in is going to be like, well, I need you, you can give and give and give, but all I'm going to give you is like, you can give them 1,000 coins, they're going to give you one back, right? Yeah. And he could or could not, it's going to be always a mirror reflection though of what's going on inside you right now. And it's all right. It's like it's a good reminder to go, you know what? I do always give and give and give. And what do I get back? Squat. I give 1,000 love coins and I get one little love coin back. And our inner child at the time when it was learning this, 7 years old and younger, it's like, well, it seems fair. But now as an adult, we're like, wait a minute, something's wrong with this picture, right? So I like that coming in there. Let's look at the destiny of your relationship here too. So yeah, your first card is the Creator card, which is the card of, see if I can get it. No. It's a special card for this one, which is your power of no, which I'll read here in a moment. But you got the Hanged Man, which is seeing things from a different perspective, a holding pattern, you know. Got the Four of Pentacles, which is about finding our worth on the inside. The big message that comes with this Four of Pentacles is when the person experiencing the Four of Pentacles going through it's eventually the King of Pentacles. They go through the entire process. One of the big things the king learns is this Four of Pentacles, which is when they tried defining their worth by the outside world, by relationships and situations like jobs, education, social status, or things, money, our bodies, our bank accounts, which is money, and possessions, all that they felt unstable because those things in the outside world are unstable, right? People change, people pass away, people walk away. So relationships, temporary and unstable. Situations never stay the same. Things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, stolen. All that's unstable. Eventually, we're like, just tired. I'm just tired. I'm disappointed in the outside world. It's so unstable. I'm just bored with it. And then we turn inward and upward and we're like, oh, look, stability, eternal, unconditional love, eternal, never ending, huge stability there, right? And unconditional, nothing we can do to lose it, nothing we have to do to earn it. So, there is this beautiful solidity that comes from this journey, and this is back to the Queen of Pentacles, finding that stability inward and upward. Then the outside world, we don't need it for our stability. It just becomes an adventure, it becomes above and beyond extra. And it does transform the world from a place of lack to a place of abundance instead of an unstable world because we're stable, we start seeing stability in the outside world too. But it starts from, that journey within, right? Wow. I like that. You take care. I have different expectations, like maturity and emotional intelligence. Right? And then we get to go, okay, obviously you have a heightened more maturity and emotional intelligence where they're in their life, but they're also a mirror to go, okay, where can I use some more maturity in my life? Where can I use some more emotional intelligence in my life? It's like they're in grade school, you're in college. It's like, do you want to go for your master's or your doctorate in emotional intelligence and maturity, right? You're like, you're already ahead of the game, but you're like, you know what? I can also take it even higher if I want. And I like that because you do have the magician along with that creator card, both of this energies of that you get to create and you get to focus your energy. But I do want to read real quick here. The creator, because it's a powerful card. It's like I said, it's one of two cards that are unique to this deck, and it says the Creator card signifies that there is a powerful energy brewing in the atmosphere around you, right? And that's a magician, powerful energy. It may feel overwhelming and tinged with undertones of darkness. Indeed, you may feel the urge to run and find shelter from this storm, but trust that you are ready to transmute this force into something that will propel you forward on your path. This card is also here to remind you of the power of the word no. No to the things that overwhelm or undermine. No to the people who drain your life force. No to thoughts that drag you into despair. You are mightier than you think, and a glimmer of faith paired with solid intention can give you the power to harness lightning. Each day you have the choice to be a victim of fear and circumstances or the creator of a new consciousness. Choose wisely. There's a quote from Bethany Webster that says, your no is a sword that cuts away the non essential so that you can live the fullest life. Such an empowering card. That's why I like reading it. Right? Exactly. Um, you know, I'm not sure, if if in that message you said, I have different expectations around maturity and emotional intelligence. That can be, if it's someone that has a low self-esteem already, and we tell them and kind of in some uncertain terms that you're not good enough, you're falling short, you know, pretty much you're immature and you're emotionally unintelligent. It kind of is they'll might read that between the lines, things along that, um, you know, or if you, like you said, if it was just like, all right, take care, bye, if they're if they see this rejection, they don't want to rehearse rejection and failure on their part. So yeah, they may not reach out. They might just be like, I did it again, So that kind of comes in that way. But uh, at first I thought you were telling me that. I go, "What? My attitude is pitiful." I'm like, "Well, Brenda, don't hold back." Oh, yeah. Yeah. I see it. I saw that, and I'm like, "Oh, okay. Oof, oof. That'd be a mirror for me." Yeah, yeah. So you probably won't hear back from them, because no one wants to hear, you know, none of us want to hear what we've done wrong, right? And where we failed someone else and fell short. Especially when we have a low self-esteem to start off, we'll just yay, 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 yay. Yeah. I love your power though. You're stepping into your power of no. You're stepping into sharing who you are and realizing what you are worthy of and what you deserve and what you don't deserve. And that's why I feel like um, you're ready to take things to a different level. You're ready to look at your inner energy. Because if we're drawing in, we talked a little bit before, if we draw in kind of same type of individuals, then we're like, all right, I'm not consciously doing this. There's some sort of homing beacon down buried in my subconscious that's going, "Bing, bing, come to me," And so when we go and look at that and go, "Oh, that's where that 6 of Pentacles, this, rate of exchange that's below the surface, it's like a program that's running on autopilot." And we're like, "Why am I drawing in people who only wanna give me 1 coin for every 1,000? I want a one-to-one exchange rate." And they're like, "Well, that's in your programming, you just gotta go in there and adjust it, and then we'll draw in a different type of energy." So I like that. No, not at all. Let it out, woman, let it out. I'm sure a lot of us can relate. I know I've been through those things in the past, so I know. So I like that for you, again, sharing all that, your power, stepping into your power of no, stepping into your power of what you deserve, and part of that is looking into that balancing. Um, Otherwise, we're gonna keep on it's like having, something on Amazon on automatic reorder, and you're like, "Why do I keep on getting this? I gotta go in and cancel that that reorder so it doesn't keep coming to me," and that's kinda what we're looking at doing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. So that's what they have for you right now, Brenda. So hang in there. I wouldn't really with what you said there. I can just feel that uh, it'll be a while before they reply because I feel like it either it sent their temper up and or had them running because they don't want to see that. They don't want to mirror, put in their face and going, "Look who you're not." It's like, I already feel low. Thanks for kicking me while I'm down. That's their attitude, right? And so I feel like they're more of a runner than an attacker, where they will be like, "Well, let me tell you about you," and you're just like, "Whoa, this is my perception of you." They won't. I don't feel like they'll do that. I feel like they'll more just withdraw further into their shell. That's the kind of their energy. Yeah. Yeah. And for everyone, it's a good thing to realize, because I know the first cut is the deepest when you have your first disappointment, right? And because our heart can't ever truly be broken, but the piercing of our heart is that fear, right? And when we have things, when people disappoint us, when they don't live up to what we want them to be, it's a great opportunity, for us to look at, why do I think that they have to be anyone other than themselves, right? Because that is where the disappointment comes from. I used to joke with people. I go, if I have expectations that you're supposed to give me $1,000 a day for the rest of your life, and you don't do it, is that your fault for not doing what I'm expecting you to do, or is that my fault for putting that expectation on you when you're like, "I didn't wanna do that?" And it's like, yeah, I can see, like, we have all these expectations that been put on us growing up, and we expect that of ourselves. High bar for ourselves, we have everyone else under a high bar, and it's like, but when we release ourselves from all of that, we can release everyone else, then we can just be ourselves and not be scared and trying to, be so many things to so many people, and I can just be me and I can let everyone else be themselves. That's where our freedom comes in when we do that inner reflection going, I don't like all of this about you, but really there's three fingers pointing back at me. And I'm like, where the things I don't like in you, where does that exist in me? Because otherwise, if it didn't exist in me, I wouldn't care. But because I have this expectation or this fear, that's why it bothers me out there. Otherwise, you know, people can come up to me and say, you know, bruddaZEN, I think you're an alien from another planet. And I'm like, not this character, but I definitely was. Definitely was an alien. I have other existences, I know. But I don't take that personally, because I'm like, ha ha ha, you're so funny. But if someone comes up to me and goes, I don't think you're lovable, if there's any of that exists within me, I'm like, it bothers me, that's something triggered within me, not out here. People's actions just are what triggers in my mind and my emotions, my energy, and in my physical body is mine and no one else's. And so when something triggers in me, it's like people can't make me mad, people can't make me sad, people can't make me happy either. That all happens in here. They're just doing stuff. I'm the one that's making the choices mentally, emotionally, energetically, and physically and what I'm doing each moment. And so I'm able to question that and go, and I know I had 5 relationships that I felt disrespected in, 3 cheated, 1 just felt used by, and then another felt like they were trying to fit me in between the important things in their life. And when I looked at all those things, I realized, oh, I was trying to fit myself in between the important things of life instead of making myself a priority. And oh, look how I was because some people were just speaking badly. And I'm like, look how I was talking to myself. Look how I was cheating on me with other people, trying to define myself by other people instead of by myself. And there's a big journey, and this is like why I feel like you're in the Queen of Pentacles, is to really look and go, okay, what's in here that's being triggered? Because that's the only thing I can only handle, control, transform. I can't control anyone else. No, I tried, trust me, I tried, but you can't. And so people are going to continue to do whatever they're going to do, but the reactions that they're causing in here, I can do something about, but I can't do anything about what they're doing. So hopefully that helps you and whoever else that was for. I feel like we have kind of it's a great reminder always about everything going on in the world, politics, religions, families, wars, devastation, weather, aliens, whatever it may be. It's like, what can I control just in here? So hang in there, my dear. And thank you again for your donation. I really appreciate that. You are a diamond. All right. And then we will move to infinity next. I love your little sticker. Thank you. And thank you for the donation. And you want to know, how is Ranger Danger? How about you after your farewell party? Will you get to see him again? Does he understand sincerity? Okay, let's take a look here and see what we have going on here. How are they feeling about you after the farewell party? All right. So I got those. And then, will you get to see him again? So based on current energies and choices. Okay. 1 and 2 and 2 and 1. All right. And then, did he understand your sincerity, or did you miss that connection because of fear? All right, let's take a look here and see. All right, and sincerity. All right. Let's take a look here. So with everything going on, so Ranger, on the bottom of the deck, we've got the 2 of Swords, which is this battle between their head and their heart, So, there's thinking and there's feeling, and we'll look at these here. So the first one is their feeling here. Oh, all right. Yeah, we've got here the So we got 3 cards. You got the 5 of swords, which is like the 2 of swords in that it's this battling going on between their head and their heart, and they have the moon card, which is there's a lot of deep emotion below the surface that, did we talk about Ranger that is just kind of because if, like you said, I felt like he was like a cowboy. There's gonna be emotion there, and we will never see it, right? You never see a cowboy cry. It's like I feel like that's like one of their they have that bumper sticker. That's one of their bumper stickers of life. You never see a cowboy cry or, express a whole lot of emotion in different ways. They really guard their emotions. But they were there below the surface there with the moon there. And then we got the hermit card here too. And, they they are on this journey of headed off on their own, and this is kind of their main goal or their main focus is about this journey that they're going through, down down within. So, we got that, uh focus for them there. It's like they have feelings. It's like I'm gonna miss, they're gonna miss people and they're gonna miss you, and hanging around and all that, but they're so focused on their internal journey and where they're headed here. It's like the Lone Ranger. Yeah, that's what's coming in. The Lone Ranger. So, that's kind of what they're focusing on with that piece. Will you get to see them again? Let's take a look here. All right. Yeah, I do feel like you will because well you got this card, you got the yes card here with the mother star. So, that definitely tells us a positive yes. You got the Queen of Swords balance between head and heart. Again, more of that energy coming in. And we got the Eight of Wands, which is fast moving. It's messages that will be here. So you said see again. Um, and it may not necessarily be in person, though. It might be more social media or texting or a phone call or an email or something like that with this Eight of Wands. That's just a lot of messages, news, update kind of energy. It feels like less of this, in person. Let's see. Let's take a look here too, because you also wanted to know here, did he sense your sincerity? Um, in that. So I like that the strength card is there because that is the courage and um, it's Leo type of energy, and the Page of Swords, is about new communication and that. So I feel like they did get sincerity and they had all that, but we got the Three of Wands coming in here too, which is their focus on the different direction that they're heading. With that Hermit and the Three of Wands, it just feels like they're more so, yeah, even with the World card being on the bottom. Let me see, just do this here. The World card on the bottom, it's all about their ending of one cycle, the beginning of a new adventure, where they're headed off there. So they are kind of focused on the completion of one part of their life and the beginning of a new. So I feel like they're really focused on that transformation, that transition that's happening with them. So hopefully that makes sense there. But yeah, I feel like it's not going to be like a deep interaction with them going forward. So I'm going to pull one more card here. So let's see if they'll give you any kind of idea about what the result of, based on current energies, what the result of your guys' friendship is. I got the strength card in. So here is this really focusing in on self, because this is the human self connecting with the higher self too. So I feel like it's more so independent and off on doing their thing, out on the range, the Lone Ranger out on the range, and you're like, I want to be your Tonto. And you're just like, oh, I know, but they're really fixed on being a loner right now, at least in their life. So that's what's coming in there. um no, Earth Angel, I haven't done any free readings yet. I'm still on the donation, so it'll be a while before we get into any free readings. So just an update for everyone there. Um, so that's it for you, Infinity. So thank you so much for your donation. I've got HTTPS and then Jeep and then Mia Mia, hey, and then Deborah. You sent it via the PayPal, so you'll be up after that. So that's the where we're going to be doing as far as donations right now. So that's kind of the order. Just a little quick update. All right. So HTTPS, thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like since it lets me do it on those. All right. And predictions for next week. All right. Let's take a look here and see what the spirit wants you to know based on current energies. What does next week look like? All right. Boom and boom and boom. All right. So I got 1, 2, and 2. Okay. So it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So they got just the week, the weekend. I feel like the weekend here, because you've got this on the underneath. On the bottom of the deck is the strength card. Strength card keeps coming up here. But this is this Leo energy of this. I feel like the weekend is a bold strength, it's courage, strength, connection with your higher self, and this I don't know, has Leo a higher vibrational energy of shining and being out among people, being seen next weekend. But this other is the week. So starting off on Monday, you got the King of Pentacles on Monday, which feels like Monday feels like a full day in the outside world. Just feels solid. It feels grounded. It feels stable. It just feels like the King of Pentacles is like, I'm great. I'm feeling like really good about life, my outside world life, and how I'm relating to the world and everything. Just feels like, I'm king of the world, kind of energy. Tuesday, Wednesday kind of are rolling into one another here. And and then you have the Queen of Pentacles, like Tuesday-ish going into Wednesday-ish justice. So Tuesday, I feel like this represents a grounded type of female energy, feminine energy that comes in. And again, they're this earthy, grounded type of energy. That's the kind of energy of the day. And this person that's in it just adds into it. It's like the atmosphere of that is what's around. It's Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. If you can get out into nature on Tuesday just for a little bit, even if it's at lunch or for a walk or something, it's really welcomed on that day. It just helps continue that grounding energy there for you, taking you into Wednesday with his justice. So you go from, I wonder if we look at moon energy, if it's going that way, earth sign into air. Yeah, it does go that way. I wonder. So you might check what the moon is, because I feel like it's the energy is changing, where you go from a groundedness into your head on Wednesday, thinking about things, balancing things, seeing things from a higher perspective, questioning why you're thinking a certain way, what's triggering. So I feel like Wednesday is kind of this day of balancing the mind, whereas Monday and Tuesday feel like really grounded type of energy, but something takes you into your head on Wednesday. Yay! Overthinkers unite. And then Thursday, you have the Ace of Wands. So you have a spark of energy on Thursday, some fire, some ambition. I feel like a passion is ignited on Thursday. And Friday just feels like the temperance. It just feels very much like patience and, again, a balancing type of energy. But I feel like you're seeing after the week because temperance is alchemy going back and forth. And I feel like there's this, yeah, I see how things are changing now that I'm at the end of the week. I see how the week, I feel like things are changing a little bit. And I feel like you kind of look back on your week and go, I see it. I can see a little bit of movement in the direction that I'm wanting to go. Huh, feels good. It feels good. And then that's why I feel like when you get into the weekend, you have both the strength card, which is number 8, and the 8 of Pentacles on the bottom too, which is that type of energy of putting in the work and seeing the results and seeing the transformation, the honeybee hive that there is this, energy coming in. So I like that. It feels like a it's like the groundedness and the balancing energy. It feels very, I want to say, successful sounds kind of boring. Progressive. Just feels like forward movement, um, satisfaction. Satisfaction is a good word. Feel satisfied with what I've accomplished and where I feel I'm going by the end of the week. So I like that for you. So that is what is coming in for you, HTTPS. So thank you very much for your donation. Enjoy that week. All right. And then Jeep Jeep, you are up next. So thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like. And positive things coming over the next 2 weeks. All right. Let's take a look here. Give these a shuffle. See what they want you to know here. Some positive things in the next one. They want that one first, and then that one, and then that one. All right. Well, we've got the bottom of the deck. Overall, the King of Cups, there's a great balance between emotion and mind that come in with all of this. It feels very flowing, because they're on here. It says charismatic, warm-hearted, intuitive, empathic. We've got all that emotion that's coming in. But also all the kings are given a second portion of air, which is of the mind. That's why it's a good balancing between, the head and the heart that come in here. So that's good overall energy. It's like, yeah, it feels very flowy, feels just very, the head and the mind are interacting well. So we got 4 cards. I feel like the first 2 are the beginning of the first week, the end of the second week, kind of just, and then the second week. So over the next 2 weeks, you start off with the Queen of Swords. Yep, here's more balancing of head and heart. She rolls over the mind, but all the queens are given a second portion of cups. So it is like this. It's this exact same type of energy that comes in here. So I like that it starts off where you just feel your mind is balanced with your emotions of your heart. And by the end of the week, yeah, you feel like the 9 of Cups. Like emotional dreams come true. So there's a lot of happiness by the end of the first week. So whatever this balancing comes in here, I feel like you get some really great news toward the end of next week. It's like, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, maybe even into the weekend, but I feel like more like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday-ish, that you're just like, get some really good news that just really makes you feel like, wow, I feel like my dreams are in grasp, and I feel like things are unfolding right. Um, I don't know. It just feels like towards your dreams. Let me see here. I'm gonna use this little pagan cat deck. I love this little deck. See if they'll give us some clarity on the 9 of Cups, please. Just can you tell us what kind of news this is about? Okay. you got the you got the Ace of Swords and the Page of Swords, which means you get some great communication, good news. So it is, you get some updates, some clarity that comes in. Maybe you get, I feel like job, kind of with that, where you're getting some good news about um, job opportunity or a change in opportunity, because this is all brand new information that's coming in. But it's communication. Swords are communication. among other things. But I feel like, all right, here it comes. This news that comes, and you're just like, all right. So it's definitely, it makes you very happy. So I mean, Nine of Cups is like, yeah, like huge, overwhelming news. So I like that. Maybe could be financial too, but I feel it's more future dream related. So it's information that helps you get to where you're wanting to go. So I like that. Then the following week, you have the Ace of Cups, more happiness. This is new emotion coming in here and really feeling good about yourself too. Ace of Cups is like self love. It is beginnings and some great stuff. So I just feel like there's, whatever news you got toward the end of the week just carries into the beginning. You just feel like, I don't know, just like there's this hope. There's this, all right, um, the light at the end of the tunnel kind of energy, which I like there. And then the end of the week, you have the Queen of Pentacles. So the feeling of nurturing Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing yourself, new beginnings, abundance, so really it just feels like, wow, this next 2 weeks I really like for you. So, you're getting some great news toward the end of the month, and then the month begins with some great plans being made, and I just feel a great amount of excitement with all of this coming in here. So I like it. Good news. Good news. So buckle up. I feel like it's about to get busy in a good way for you because I feel like you're going to be making transition plans and you're getting ready for your trip and you're just like, all right, you know what? Like they're like they have the start date. You're like, well, I'm going to be on vacation. Can I start on this date? And they're like, yep, absolutely. And then you're like, all right, well, I'm gonna give my 2 week notice. I could stop here and I'm gonna go on this vacation. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna start this job. So in the meantime, I got to get all this stuff done because I'm gonna start back on there. And I just feel like it's a happy busyness type of energy. So I like it. All right. So yeah, absolutely. That's what they have for you, Jeeps. Thank you again for your donation. Feels very good. All right. And then Mia, thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like there. Hello, hello. I am well. I hope you're well. Happy Saturday to you too. You want to ask Michelle's next actions towards you, what we see happening. All right, let's take a look here. Let's give you the shuffle. All right. So let's take a look here. Michelle's next actions towards you. All right. Get that and that. And then their overall feelings, right? What do we see happening here? Okay, anything else? All right. And those two and that one down there. All right. Well, overall, you've got the sun on the bottom of the deck. That's like a victory, a brightness type of energy that comes in here. Very Leo. It's Leo energy, the sun, because the sun rolls over Leo. Very childlike energy of, um, going with the flow and enjoying life. And, they're, of course, with that type of energy, they're, very attractive and attracting. And so there's this, energy of enjoyment and adventure, right? It's like the Fool card in a way, where what they're, looking for isn't like to be caged to in the mind. A lion doesn't want to be caged. It doesn't want, this expectations, because expectations equal disappointment and they don't want to be disappointing. So they don't want to go into have intentions and expectations because then that just ruins it all. It just sucks the life out of a relationship. This is their, you know, you're waiting for them to finally ask you out. Yeah, right. So I feel like there's like this, They kind of are more of a go with the flow type of person. I don't feel like they would plan something. They would like bump into you and go, "Hey, do you want to grab blah blah blah?" It's not like, "Hey, on such and such a date, I want to take you out," and blah blah blah. It's more of a they feel like a spur of the moment kind of person. Let's see what else we have here. We got the chariot. So there's this movement, there is this decision making to be done. And I feel like they're weighing things out. But so I feel like there will be progress here with the chariot because it is victory and movement, but there's still some decisions that have to be made. There's a lot of different possibilities, and the decision hasn't been made yet, which is like I said, I feel like they are more of a waiting to the last minute, kind of spur of the moment type of fly by the seat of their pants kind of energy. We got the Eight of Swords, which is the questioning of our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that make us feel blinded and bound and trapped here. And that is this is what we were talking about, how expectations equal disappointment. These are their fears. I don't want to let people down, so I'm never going to do anything that I'm not sure if that's going to be successful because I don't want to fail and I don't want to disappoint. So I'm going to try to have things where if there's nothing, if there's if there's zero expectations, then I'm perfect. I meet 100% of those. That's their kind of thinking with those two cards coming out together. These two cards came out together. Well, let me cover some of this up here. It's a little racy for YouTube. So we've got the World card, and we've got the Five of Wands. So there is this, energy of movement of energy, transformation of energy that comes in here. The World card is, it's the card that comes before the Full card. Ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures. Not wanting to have this, like I said, that disappointment and to be caged. And here's the kitties, and it's like this mirroring, looking at each other here, really is standing out to me here too. And I don't know if it's like there's this fire energy between the two of you, especially with the sun and this wands. It almost feels like there's this, not like a hissing, but I feel like there is this um, attraction that's there, right? This energetic and probably physical attraction that's bubbling there. So just to be aware of that. That's where they want to leave that. I'm like, okay. And then you have these other two cards here. What's this one down here too? Yeah. So you got all this high priestess energy. You got the Seven of Wands, which is again the sun kind of energy of them wanting to be themselves and not asking permission to shine and not dimming their light for anyone. Like they're going to be this presence, and they're not going to like people. I feel like people would flirt with them all the time and all this stuff, and they're not going to stop that type of energy. They're just going to be like, I'm me, and I'm going to be me. And if that's too much, then I get it. But they're not like looking to change. They will want to be themselves, and like I said, they don't want to be caged at all. So when I said there's a lot of high priestess energy, you got both the high priestess and the queen of cups who rules over cups but gets a second portion of cups. So very emotional, a lot of like psychic energy that's here, a lot of deep emotion, a lot of hidden and unknown. With both of those cards, there's deep stuff that's going on in there emotionally, and the high priestess, there's a lot of hidden and unknown. So I kind of feel like you you don't know what is in the lion's den. I just feel like you know them, but you don't know them, with all of this. And I just feel like there's this not caution. Caution sounds too extreme, But just awareness. It's like your spirit guides are going, just walk in with your eyes open, realizing that they don't want to change. They're not going to be anything. It would be a fun adventure. But if you're looking for regular commitment, intentions, that kind of thing from them, it feels like they're not at that place in their life right now where they could offer that. So if you go with your eyes wide open, but trust your gut, trust your instinct definitely with all of that. Um, don't trust your human heart. It's like, I want it. It's like, I know, but that doesn't mean that you can eat the whole gallon of ice cream. Even though you want it, it's going to make you sick. So pace yourself. Go in with your eyes open. Don't get a brain freeze. So hopefully that helps. But that's what's coming in there for you, Mia Mia. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. I do have a couple of donations via the PayPal. So I'm going to jump over those and then I'll be back for Infinity and Jeep here. You're very welcome, Mia Mia. All right. So up next, we got Deborah Bradley. Hello, hello. So thank you so much for your donation via the PayPal. And I see your question on there as well. So let's take a look here. Do we see you moving to another home? Let's take a look here, see what Spirit has here for you. All right. 2 and 3 and 4. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. All right. Eventually, I feel like you are going to be here because you've got the Page of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, which is about, new upgraded opportunities in the outside world. And so I do feel that here coming in. Yeah, even underneath that, you've got the Three of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. So something that's more you, I see you moving to, and with the Three of Pentacles, and then you have the Queen of Pentacles too. Let's see if we can, which is about being, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing yourself, and new birth, with the Queen of Pentacles. So all of this does feel like a yes there. The reason why I said eventually, because you got 2 out of your 4 cards on the that came out. You got Temperance, which is transformation, going back and forth. Eventually, it happens, and the Hanged Man, which is like pausing, and things come in with that. It's the cocoon, a temporary transformation into a butterfly, right? So there's this time of transformation, transition that's happening. So it takes a little bit of time. You do have the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Swords. And I feel why there's a little delay is because it's given you the time to really look at what is it you truly want, being true to you, not going, well, this is what everyone else thinks I would need or anyone else that's living with you would want, blah, blah, blah. But this is about you choosing and deciding. The Queen of Swords is balancing your head and your heart, allowing your heart to have a say so, which I like there. And then the Ace of Swords, too, is about seeing things from this higher perspective, seeing things differently, and getting a lot of clarity. So I feel like there's some good pausing that happens always for us, but this really you see it and going, okay, I see why it's being delayed a little bit because I'm getting a lot of clarity about where I want to live, where I want to move, what I want to do. And I feel like it would be, and this doesn't mean it's exactly what it is. They're just giving me this example in my brain to kind of grasp the energy of it, which is, let's say I'm like, well, I don't like this home, so I'm going to move across town. And so you're looking and you get into a place and you're there for 2 months and then you get a job offer that's amazing in another state or another country, depending where you're at in the world. And you're like, oh gosh, now I have this lease I have to break. Whereas where you're at, it's like if you stay there for a little bit of time, as this other stuff gets worked out, that's getting worked out, that's new information that changes your decision, and you're like, "Oh, I'm so glad that I didn't go do that yet because now I don't need that because I'm going this direction." And that's what I feel is coming in. So hopefully that makes sense. But that's what's coming in, Deborah. So I definitely feel like a yes, you're moving to a new home and just a little bit of delay as clarity comes in. That's the little summary. All right. So that's what they have. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for that donation. Appreciate that. Hey, Latoya, welcome back. Good to see you. All right. And then Maria, hello, hello. Thank you for your donation here for your checkup, for your check in here. All right. Let's take a look here and see what is going on. Spirit knows all, Deborah. Spirit knows all. I love it. All right. Too funny. All right, so let's take a look here. Here for the updates. Good to see you. So let's take a look here. So, did Z David, did he think of you today? Let's take a look here. Okay, we got 1 and 2. And then what's coming for you, connection, this coming up week? All right. All right, I want that one, but then that one, then this one, then that one. All right. And then his intentions. Let's take a look here. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, all you have to do to get added to the donate list is to donate. It's easy. We try to make it easy around here. Try not to make it too complicated. All right. So these are the intentions there, Maria. Let's see what we got on the bottom here. Yeah, yep, yep. So bottom of the deck, of course, we got all the torn between the head and the heart, right? So, with overall, they're like at a, this fork in the road. They're just like, what do I do with all this, right? And if they could close their eyes and get into their heart, they probably get fired, but that's funny. So let's take a look here. Did they think of you? Ace of Swords, yeah. 10 of Cups, joy, celebration, type of energy that's coming in there, all those things. So, I like this. Yes, yeah, Maria, this is yours. So the 10 of Cups, this joy and celebration, overflowingness. So they thought of you, smiled, felt warm and fuzzy in the inside with the emotions, and then, went along, that direction, right? So I like that, that approach to their thinking. Um, Again, I feel like they're just very, very busy, 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 busy. So it was like that. They felt good, and then they moved on, kind of energy. Yeah, right. Warm and fuzzy is good, not like oh no, not her. Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, okay, Latoya. Yeah, absolutely. So so I got your donation, but we didn't get your question. So this is the to get that. So perfect. And then if you haven't asked your question, yeah, just ask it there, and then you'll be up here after Infinity and Jeep after I'm done with Maria. All right, sorry, Maria, I'm interrupting your your reading little bit by bit. We're just drawing it out, right? So what's coming for you and David and the connection coming up this week? All right, let's take a look here. Whoa, okay. Got to cover up one of these here. So you got the Knight of Pentacles. So slow moving progression, right? It's like so it's slow motion that's coming in here. Just need to cover this up here. I got the World card. So there's this victory and there's this endings and beginnings, and it just feels like there's a lot that's unfolding. And I feel like this is like their life. They just got a lot of stuff unrolling at work, in their personal life, and all of this. So I feel like they're in this, kind of rebooting, change kind of energy that's, flowing with all of that here. And it makes sense here because, they got the Page of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. And so I feel like, because we're asking about, what's coming for you guys' connection, there's some sort of gathering, maybe some sort of announcement at work, some sort of thing where you guys are either in the same meeting or in the same location and, kind of area. Um, but there's an opportunity here next week where you guys bump into each other and are like near each other. And I just feel like it's not like a date, it's like at work kind of thing where you get to interact, but it's like it's the filtered interaction of, like you said, an HR manager kind of energy. Oh, he is. Oh, how fun. Huh, well, there you go. So it makes sense that this week is very much they're getting a lot of stuff finalized, then they're getting everything done and going there, right? Yeah, yeah, I would think that it means, some sort of stuff and which is great that you can be like, "Oh, you excited about your new position? Are you excited about da da da?" And he'll be like, "Oh, I got him so stressed." And you're like, "Well, great, do you need a coffee or something? I can grab you a coffee," and they'd be like, "Whoa, would you?" Or, "Oh, no, 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 thank you. Can I buy you a coffee?" You can do something like that too. Yeah, yeah. And, just, you know, don't be afraid, 'cause it's like, yeah, yeah, you probably rush, rush, rush. Are you eating? Do you want me to grab you something to eat, or do you need a coffee? Or, and if they're, that opens the door for them to go, no, but yeah, you want to go grab some lunch? Or I think they're going to be so busy they're like not eating. So it's like, well, I can grab you a snack if you'd like, da da da. And I feel like yeah, I feel like they're more of the, "No, no, yeah, thank you, though." Or if they want one, they'll be like, "Yeah, but let me give you money for it. Let me buy you a coffee too, but if you don't mind, But I feel like they're just next week feels very busy for him with that world card coming in. And then his intentions towards you here. Yeah, I like that. You know, we got the Judgment card, so this is a lot of this focus on, this energy of, you know, seeing their higher self drawing them to this higher place, this movement, that kind of thing that comes in here. Um, there's this, I want to say unsurety. Unsurety sounds like a weird word, but they just like their future is uncertain, and so they're really looking at they're trying to see what's next in their life, and that makes sense. Now that they're showing me here that like when you get a big promotion, when you get to this thing that you've been working on, and you get there, you're like, why does it feel empty? And I feel like what's next now, right? There's when is enough enough? And I feel like he gets into that. He's thinking about his life, about, well, what's next? What do I want to do? What's, whatever. And we've got the Four of Wands, which is joy, celebration, gatherings, type of thing. Don't want to, it is about union and marriage, and that I don't feel like that's on their mind yet. But I feel like it's mainly about energetic stability with the Four of Wands and happy and joyful, type of things. So I just don't feel like they're in this, place of what they're looking for next to come in, because they're just so kind of stoked with this change, and then with it becomes a raise and different things, and so they're like, okay, now what is the next here for my life? And I feel like they're kind of in that, so it feels kind of that uncertainty. So when we're talking about intentions, uncertain, decisions haven't been made. I don't feel like they've formulated intentions yet. I just feel like they're kind of looking at their life in that kind of energy. So that's what's coming in for you, Maria. I know. But like I said, we continue to work on our own selves, because if in our lifetimes, when we come into a lifetime, you said, yeah, and it could possibly be. But when we look at our lifetimes, we have lifetimes that part of the lifetime package we purchase before coming down here. We don't purchase them, but just as a like a vacation package. We come down to a life. Some of them have faded relationships. Others are optional. It's like when you go on, you buy a vacation package that includes the luau, the horseback riding, the snorkeling, the helicopter ride, blah blah blah. Others, you just have the basic package of the hotel, the flight, and the car, and everything else is optional that you add on later. That I feel like that kind of energy for you in this lifetime, which is that you don't have like this faded absolute that no matter what, you're going to have this marriage, partnership. I feel like it's an optional thing that you can or cannot have depending on your journey. And so it's not like guaranteed, but you have possibilities out there, and you have multiple possibilities, David being one, but there's others too. And so there's not like a fixed relationship. I feel like in this one there's options, which it's like, all right, hey, I'm okay with options. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. So thank you again for your donation and for your updates. I love these. I feel like I get to live vicariously through you. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we're back over into the chat here. So we'll have Infinity, Jeep, and then Latoya, and then VD. So that is how we'll go here. You are very welcome. All right. Let's give these a shuffle up. I guess I'm just going to take a quick sip here. All right. So Infinity, thank you for your additional donation. Let's give that a love and a like. And you're basically on some level, does R feel the same way about you? And just basically asking if what you feel is real or not. Well, what you feel for yourself is real, right? Because our world exists in here. So all of our emotions and experiences are always valid for us. It may not be the same for others, right? And I feel like that's what you're wanting to know is this mutual, or is it an illusion that I'm, think I see or think I feel or think I experience, right? So let's take a look here, right? All right. All right. Well. All right. Let's take a look here. Sorry. Let me just check. Come on. All right. There we go. All right. So let's start at the bottom of the deck, because we do have the Tower card, which I like that they're telling you here that, just know that whatever's meant for you will never pass you by. And that if people get moved out of your life, that it's making space for someone new. So it always is happening for you, is part of this. And this is about you know um fate in a way, but it's like they're saying that we will always are working for you, and that things never yeah never happen to you, right? You played Jenga last night. Right? So you've got the Ace of Wands. So there is this energetic and physical attraction with the Ace of Wands that's there. You also have the Six of Wands, which is mutual, you know three wands on each side. So that's kind of reinforced that message for me with the mutual attraction that's there. Um, Something that's going on with them, though, that kind of puts a not a kibosh, but just makes it difficult for things to go forward, is because they're in their Ten of Swords kind of wonderful time of their life where, the people pleasing, they're having these endings and beginnings about thoughts and beliefs and expectations. And, it's like there's all this people pleasing. I need to do this and then that and that and that. No one's ever happy and blah, 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 blah. We're getting to this point of like, I'm just done trying to make people happy. All I get is people telling me how I'm failing or letting them down or being disappointing or blah, blah, blah. And they're just to this point of, you know, fine, I'm going to be me and screw everything else is the kind of energy I feel is coming in here with it. And they're in this time in their life where they're just like, I just don't need people telling me who I'm not being, you know. And I like it for them because that's a huge transformational time in our life when all of these small t truths rooted in fear become overwhelming where we're like, I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of feeling sick and tired and exhausted from trying to please everyone. And it's like, yes, that's the perfect time of our life because we're ready to go. It's that ugly feeling of not being ourself outweighs the fears of rejection, fears of displeasing people. And then we come out as ourselves instead of trying to be what everyone else wants us to be. It's a very freeing time for our lives. And I feel like that's where they're at with all this too. And, we do have this, Queen of Cups, which is about that's why I feel like there's this energy between you guys too, because the Queen of Cups, she's very empathic and it's like a lot of emotion below the surface that I feel kind of goes back. It's intuitive. And I feel like it goes back to past lifetimes. I feel like you guys have this kind of draw that's there that it's like, this is weird that this is there because we haven't known each other like to this extent or time or depth, but you feel like this, like, "Ugh, I feel like I know you, in a way. And that is this past lifetime type of energy that's coming in here, right? And, we've got the 10 of Pentacles, which is one of the relationship cards, and the 6 of Pentacles, the equal giving and receiving type of energy that comes in there. And so I feel like that there are these possibilities here, but it would have to be, um, you definitely can't push anything or have these, expectations because we've got the 4 of Swords, which is like a peace of mind, but they sleep on the Ace of Swords and they let the 3 of Swords, which are expectations, letting expectations go. Because especially knowing that they're going through this 10 of Swords where they're just getting to that point of like, I'm just tired of, being in this cage and always having to perform for everyone. I want to be set free. I don't want to be a circus lion anymore. I want to be a king of the jungle out there, just allowing myself to roam and enjoy the jungle and for what the jungle is. Not like in a lion whore kind of way. Not like that way, but just like doing what I want and being free instead of making all my decisions based on fear, kind of thing. So I do feel like there's that attraction there. There's that energetic attraction from past lives coming in. There's possibilities of relationship with the 10 of Pentacles, but it's really about going with the flow at this point, just trusting that whatever's meant for you won't pass you by, and what is not meant for you will be lightning bolted out of your life to make room for that which is at the proper timing. So that's what they have for you. Hopefully that helps a little bit, Infinity. Um, but I definitely feel that it's there. But that 10 of Swords, if you feel like they're kind of distracted, it is because they're just like, I'm just done trying to please everyone. Right, so that's what they have. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for that donation. And Jeep, thank you for your additional donation. Let's give that some love and a like there. And you want the general for July. All right. Let's see what's going on. I know, right? You got all this stuff happening in May and June. Like, what's happening in July? What's the little weather forecast for you for July? Let's see what's happening here. Okay. Right, and that, and those two. All right. Well, July, whoa, it feels very solid with the Four of Pentacles. We like that solid foundation in the outside world coming in there. The Four of Pentacles for me too, because it's, four walls and Pentacles is the outside world. I feel like there's something being decided around home in July too. So, like, I don't know if you own or if you're renting or whatever, but I feel like you're with all this change that's happened, and I feel like home is going to be a big piece of the focus for the month of July, possibly change of home. Let's find out. Let's look into the other cards. That's the bottom of the deck. All right. Well, you got the Ace of Cups, which is newness, kind of is beginnings, love, relationships. Oh, so, but I don't feel like you find love in July, but I feel like this beginnings, this energy, and it's like, again, you're choosing, where do I want to live, where do I want to be. I like that kind of energy that's coming in, so it's building into this where you're like really discovering it from your heart, where not your head but from your heart where you want to be. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, you have the Mother Star. So you have a yes card coming in here, and this is unique to this deck. So I'm going to read this to you. It says the path that has led you to where you are today has been full of twists and turns. There may have been times when you doubted yourself and lost faith in your guides. The Mother Star's appearance means you are coming to a place now where you can look back and see that every setback served a purpose and every failure taught you a much needed lesson. The strength, courage, and character you've gained along the way have made you into a unique and resilient person. It's time to step up and embody your full potential. And the Mother Star holds a cup and a sword. She wears a pentacle around her neck and is flanked with wands. And her journey and soul exploration connect her in a balanced way to each suit of the minor arcana. And if she appears in a reading where you have a specific yes or no questions, she represents a resounding yes. So it's a month of yes, yes, yes. Very positive, right? And her guide, the gentle three-eyed winged tiger, is also here to offer you assistance, vision, and strength as you embark on this new chapter of transformation. See, so I really feel it. Ernest Hemingway, quote here too: live the full life of the mind, exhilarated by new ideas, intoxicated by the romance of the unusual. So I like that. You're getting out of your head of the usual. And I feel like this is this movement, this transformation that you're having here. Yeah, you got the devil card here with the Capricorn. So getting out of your head here with all of the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos, and really you're challenging yourself with all of this, um, what you've grown up and these beliefs that you have, that are rooted in fear. You're getting rid of these. So this is why we're getting out of your head and into your heart, because it's like, well, because of this, this is where I should live. Because of this, this is where I should live. Because of this is where I should, supposed to, need to, have to, must live. It's like, where does your heart say you want to go? And getting out of your head when it comes to that. So it's a month of, instead of a no, you're saying yes to your heart instead of like, no, 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 treating your heart like a little child. You don't know any better. It's okay. We're going to go do the right thing, the responsible thing, the expected thing. But now your inner child's going, no, we're going to do what I want to do. I like it because you're letting that out, right? Yeah. Three of Cups, joy, celebration, listening to your spirit guides too. And I feel like where you're moving to, part of that is community, and part of that is that you do find this, group of individuals that are very unique, that are not who you think you normally would, but you are finding that, there too. So I like that. What were these done here? Yeah, I love it. So, you had the 4 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Well, you've got the 4 of Cups and the 4 of Swords. So, emotional and mental stability in July. Woohoo! I like it. Very solid month. I just feel like things are really coming together and formulating, and that's why I just feel like it feels very solid. I think of a fours too as like a huge solid, you know, kitchen table with huge legs. It's a very strong foundation on there. So I like that. All right. Yeah, I hear you. It's you've been doing the inner journey, right? So the more we do that in here, the more stable we become in here, the more stable our outside world becomes because we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. So all that stuff you've been working on the inside is showing up more and more, and the more energy we put into that, the more freer we get out of those thoughts of fear and those beliefs that are rooted in fear and those that are rooted in capital T truth of unconditional love. The more things, move, move, move. I like it. So beautiful, beautiful. All right, and that's what they have for you there, Jeep Jeep. So thank you again for your additional donation. I'm excited for your adventures coming up here. All right, and then Latoya, thank you. I know we had one ode to you here, so thank you for reminding me because I told you I would forget. So thank you. And you want to know how Charles the Taurus feels about you? Let's take a look here. No, I did not see the eclipse myself. Like I didn't go out and look at it. I saw it on my computer screen. Does that count? All right. First of all, like, is there an eclipse today? I don't think there is. All right, let's take a look here, Latoya. So, how does the Taurus feel here? All right. So, kind of back and forth with the Chariot. The Chariot is the power of choice card. It's movement, it's victory, but I feel like they're going back and forth on what they're wanting with their actions here. And not that they're well, maybe they are wishy-washy. I was about to say, it's not like they're wishy-washy, but I'm like, actually, Latoya might be like, they are. Because I feel like it's this energy of like a rubber band. Like they're here and then they're way far away, and then they're here and they're way. It's like you're giving me whiplash, dude. But interesting. Let's see what else comes in here. Yeah, and here comes the balancing. Here's the balancing of the scales too. So that is this, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with the scales is the kind of energy I feel is coming in here. And it doesn't have to do with like anything that you're doing. It's all happening in here. And because they have, especially with this justice card with the ace of swords that they have, this is about the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, how they perceive things, how they look at things. And it's like, uh, you know, one moment like, oh yeah, I want to do this, but then they get scared and yeah, 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 yeah. That's what the rubber band is. It's like a little puppy that comes up to you because they want to be near you, and then you reach out to them and they're like, yeah, 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 and they're scared, and then they get brave and they come back, and then something scares them, and they yeah, 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 yeah. That's what I keep, I hear. I'm not going to do it at the high pitched sound of a real puppy, but that's what's in there. We do see the Three of Wands, which is about, with new information, there's like this desire to change direction. Let's see what we've got with those things here. Yeah, they've got the devil card, which makes sense with all this swords energy, their thoughts, their beliefs, their mindsets. The devil card is the shaking and the rattling of long held beliefs about things. These are the small t truths rooted in fear, this cage that they have themselves in, that they're, it's the stuff that scares them, that keeps their heart caged and not able to move forward. I do like the 8 of cups for them, because the 8 of cups is about them looking at emotions that are kept below the surface, that don't serve them anymore, to release them. So I feel like they're kind of looking at that. But they are also in this part in their life here with the 8 of cups where they're letting a lot of people go in the outside world, that they tend to they overgive and overgive and overgive. And they're realizing the relationships that they're maintaining in the outside world, friends, family, whoever. And so they're bringing a lot of their emotional energy back to themselves. But that's where I feel like there's this wishy-washy, because when they work on their heart, they take their heart offline so they can work on it. Then they bring it back online. That's when it's here, it's available, and then it's not, and it's available and it's not, and it's available, then it's not. And you're like, I want a more consistent website, if it's always offline, or going offline and stuff, it's like, okay, with that kind of energy. So I see all this, I feel like all of that is mainly for you to know just what's going on, because I feel like there's this, you know, like that, like you feel like they pull back from me. Is that, did I do something? And like, no, you didn't. you know it's just their energy. And let's take a look here and see what we have here. Yeah, so if you can hang out a little while longer with this individual, like, be kind of patient with their journey. The 10 of swords is this coming to an end of these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, and they're letting a lot go around that. This justice card, the devil card, the 10 of swords is all about mindsets, thinking, overthinking, analyzation, looking at the small t truths of fear that they have. They're letting it go, letting it go, letting it go. A lot of all those have to do, if you're wondering, just with the 5 of Pentacles that's coming in here. And the 5 of Pentacles is the feeling of being left behind, being left out in the cold, these fears of abandonment and stuff that they experienced when they were younger, and was echoed and reinforced through other friendships and relationships. That's the fear of being rejected, being left behind, and not being good enough, and those feelings. So I like that they're coming to the end of that, which is great, because then well, you'll have an opportunity. The Page of Wands and the Page of Pentacles, there will be, you know, time for action, attraction, and a new opportunity that opens up between the two of you in the outside world with all that. If you feel like it's worth the wait. And I don't feel like it's a faded relationship. I don't know. I just don't feel like you have a faded one in this lifetime. I feel like yours is the optional, an optional thing, that you definitely have possibilities of it if you want it, but it's not like you're not going to be sucked into a relationship against your human will, because we have fated relationships that, we choose each lifetime. Do you want a relationship in this lifetime? Yes or no? We're like, click yes. And what kind? This kind. How long do you want it to last? Oh, between 1 and blah, blah years. And, we do all that before we come down here. This lifetime, you're like, no, no faded ones. I want to be able to go with the flow of my life and my possibilities and my choices in this lifetime. And that's how this feels. So, all right. So there you go. That's what they have for you, Latoya. So hopefully that helps and resonates. And again, thank you for your donation and your patience in getting to your reading. So many blessings. All right. So we got coming up here, we got VD and then Infinity and Jeep. Thank you guys so much. So VD, let's give that donation a love and a like. Thank you so much for that. And boom, right on target. Look at you. Hello, hello. Oh, very cool. So you are moving away for a couple months for work. Yay. So your questions all about that. So you're quite excited. I can, yeah, a little bit scared. Fingers crossed, hoping everything works out. Oh, wow. Very nice. Any messages regarding that? Absolutely. Absolutely. You're very welcome, Latoya. How fun. I know, right? It's like, well, it's always gonna what's meant for you is always gonna happen, right? That's the thing we can trust spirit is that they're always going to allow those things that are meant for us and to those things that are not meant for us, um, that they'll not allow those to be near us. They they love the honey-do list we gave them for our lifetime, and they're always working on that. And then anything else that's possibilities and our power of choice is great because that's in our hands, which we love. So we'll take a look here and see what we have. And you do have the Four of Swords, which is peace of mind. And so we like that. Rest easy. They're all relax. We got you taken care of. So I like that peace of mind because they're telling you you can put your mind to rest. Everything's going to be fine. And we can just stop the reading there. No, I'm just kidding. That was the bottom of the deck. And then you have two cards, one cards, three cards. And it's interesting um, because, 2, 1, 3, it's usually 1, 2, 3 or 3, 2, 1 is the normal order of things. So they're just giving you a little, just keep your mind at ease, and you might have some things happen out of order. Like you're like, wait a minute, but that has to happen first. And you're like, well, no, this is happening. And then you're like, and then the other thing happens. Like, okay, okay, there it goes. And then the third thing happens. So it's like just a couple things happen slightly out of order. Um, and but just know that it's for a purpose and just go with the flow of it. Don't let it freak you out or whatever. Just go, oh, okay, I get it. I get it. So let's take a look here. Yeah. So you have the Knight of Cups, movement of emotion, and the Ten of Swords, letting go of fears, letting go of the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, the must, right? I feel like the scare of things is, the Knight of Cups goes, go with the flow of your emotions, right? Enjoy the journey, enjoy that flow, and don't get caught up in your head with overthinking things and well, what if this? What if that? What if that? They're like, no, 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 no. Let's just put your mind to rest. That's why they gave you the Four of Swords. Just trust us, trust us, trust us. Because, in our lives, 99.9% of the things we worry about don't come true. And the point one things that came true, um, didn't impact us like we thought they would, right? It's like, okay. So, you do have this transformation. You're able to let a lot of your fears go and enjoy the excitement of it, enjoy the adventure. Because, when we're talking about whatever we focus on grows and expands, right? And so the faded things are going to be taken care of for us, but the non-faded things, my energy is what determines how wonderful something is and how challenging something is. When I focus on my fears, like I fear something will happen or not happen, or something that if I focus on something I hate, or focusing on something that I'm missing, or something I'm wanting, all that energy is telling the universe, I love the feeling of wanting something but not getting it. So can you give me more wanting? Or I like missing something, which means I can't get it. I like missing it. Can you make me miss that? And hey, can I miss more things in my life? Or hate more things in my life, or fear more things. So when we're aware of our energy and the empowerment that we have on our lives, we can change to gratitude. Gratitude for the opportunity, gratitude for the smooth movement of everything, and gratitude that we can trust them, that they always have our highest, experience in store for us. And And we give all that, and then they're like, yay, they can give us more of that energy, things that match that energy instead of that other energy, right? Yeah, and then here we go. Because here's the Seven of Swords, which is um, our fears. Again, these are like the Ten of Swords and all this, our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets that have cheated us out of having expansive things, right? It's like if and they're showing me food for some reason, maybe I'm getting hungry, but it's like if you're at a party and someone comes and offers you a plate full of delicious desserts and food and go, this is all for you, and you're like, oh, no, 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 I don't deserve that, here, I'll just have this crumb, and we miss out on the entire plate, not because it wasn't offered to us, because we didn't feel we could have it. There was this restriction in here, and that's the release of those things. That's what I like with this Four of Swords that's here, because it's putting all of those expectations to rest, those rules, those beliefs to rest, and going, I deserve this, and I'm so grateful. Here we go, right? That's what these other three cards are here too. Yes. Yeah. You see, it is a lot about all the fears, right? Here's the nightmares and insomnia, but you've got the 9, the 10, the 7, the 4. All of this is about releasing thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve you anymore, that are limiting. And it's like when the trigger comes up, just go, what am I fearing? What's the worst thing that could happen? And then you just face it and you're like, yeah, I don't have to worry about that. But thank you for, bringing it up, and I'm releasing it and just looking at it and moving past it, because you're like, I'm gonna be fine, and I like that. Yeah, when you have that here. Got the Empress, new birth, harvest, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, all about you, and letting all your decisions be about you, and not overly concerning yourself about everyone else. This is all for you right now. And the Seven of Wands is not backing down, not asking permission to shine, not dimming your light for anyone. This is all about these two cards coming in. It's all about you experiencing your life and stepping forward on this adventure. So it's very positive. I feel like they're just saying, um, you don't have to fear anything unless you want to experience those things. Uh, Instead, let's try just total gratitude. Whenever you have a fear come up, instead of focusing on the fear, have gratitude for solution, have gratitude for the experience, have gratitude for that, and that transforms everything. I love all this for you. So hopefully that helps, VD. But I feel like it's very that Empress is all about abundance. This is about your time to shine, your time to live your life, your time to focus on you. And I like it because you care for so many people and help so many people. This is a time for you, and you have permission to do that. I like it. Right. So that's what they have for you, VD. So thank you again for your donation. I'm excited for your journey, your adventure, and many blessings to you. Whoop, whoop. I know, I'm excited. All right. And then Infinity, thank you so much for your second donation. Let's give that a love and a like. And you want to know what will come out of the job training that you're doing. All right. Let's take a look here. And that one. Oop, hiccup, excuse me. All right. I like it. Bottom of the deck, you got the star card, which is like a dream come true, shining bright. I like this balancedness that comes in with it too, but it just feels like helps you towards your, this feeling of making your dream come true. There's a guiding light, kind of energy in here too, and I feel like it puts you in the spotlight in a way, like a star in the spotlight. And I feel like it really you really stand out in the training, and because of the training, it really helps you stand out too. And I like that. Let's see what that means here as we come in here. Wow, yeah. Got endings and beginnings with the 10 and the ace here. But I like this, the 10 of cups is joy and celebration, the ace of cups is self-love, self-worth. So I like this that you with this training that you're going through, it just you feel good about yourself through it and other people too. It's like there's this joy and the celebration. It just feels like you feel great about it and other people feel great about um, what you accomplish through this as well. So I like that. Let's see what these other you got a couple other cards here. Yeah, transformation of stuff. Really, this training helps you move emotion from lower vibrational to higher vibrational. The Five of Swords, lower. This is the mind and emotion, lower vibration to higher vibration. And what I mean by that is like this training helps you transform conflict, both emotional. What kind of training is this? It's emotional and mental conflict. It allows you to move things, to change things in relationship of how you interact with individuals, um, both mentally and emotionally, which is interesting. So whatever this training is, it does allow movement. You got the Six of Swords on the bottom too, which is leaving behind old ways of thinking, moving to new ways of thinking. And with that, there is this movement that happens from choppy waters to calmer waters. So, whatever this is, it helps you with whatever your interactions are and your job related stuff. But I feel like it, for some reason, depending what training it is, it feels like it helps you in relationships with others too. I don't know. I'm thinking like, is this emotional intelligence training? Like, um, is that involved in it at all? Because it kind of feels like even if it isn't, you apply it somehow that it helps with that too. It's interesting. Well, let's see what these last two cards are too. Yeah, yeah. I like it. You got the Six of Wands, victory, 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 magician. You use that to create magic. You get to choose to the extent of what a victory it is and how you use it. Again, if you focus on the positives and you focus on gratitude for it and embrace it, embrace the training, and then that grows in and it allows you to use it in a lot of different ways. If you go to training, you're like, oh God, not another training class, then we won't get a whole lot out of it, right? Um, I feel like you are with all these cards that you'll get something out of it, even if you don't put a whole lot of effort into it. But to the extent of like getting into the spotlight with the star, if you focus that energy and really look at how can I apply this, then I really like that kind of success that comes with that. So that's what they have for that one, Infinity. So thank you, many blessings. All right, and I'm going to be on for about 7 minutes or more, so I'm going to try to get through the last three here. If not, I might have to have you guys when I come back. And for everyone that's waiting on free readings, thank you so much for your patience in those. I try to come back on, which I will. I'm gonna here in about 7 minutes or so. I'm gonna head off to spend about an hour or so with my praying mantis members and then eat. And then I'll be back on about an hour and a half or so. And I'll complete out any donations I don't get to here. And then all the free readings as well. And then I'll be back tonight at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, tomorrow as well at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So just to keep everyone in the loop there. All right. So, Jeep, you are up next. So, thank you for that additional donation. Let's give that a love and a like. Thank you so much. So, General, on your economy and your finances will improve despite inflation. What's inflation? Inflation is a belief, right? If you believe in inflation, then we get impacted by it, right? If I focus on it, not believe in it, but if I focus on it, uh, you know, then I tell the universe, I really would like to be impacted by inflation, okay? But if I'm like, I am grateful and focus on gratitude for my abundance, then inflation doesn't have to impact me. Yay! I love it, right? I like that power being in my hands, not being in the world economy's hands. So I like it. Let's see what they have to say here about all of this here. All right. So bottom of the deck, we do have the Ace of Swords. So clarity and the way that we're looking at things with our mindset. So I like that here. Um, so I like this, with economy and the finances. It's the way changing the way we look at things is the bottom of the deck, with that, the changing the belief system. Because here we've got this, Knight of Swords, which is movement of thought and belief. The full card is an ending of an old way, because the world card is ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures, and the full card is the new adventure, free of a lot of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. So it's changing our mindset around this is how the economy and finances work. We can restrict ourselves when we believe these humans, right? We have a lot of theory and a lot of opinion about how things work in the outside world and all that. But when we go, you know what, you're the one creator that brings me what I need in each moment. So, regardless of what's happening in the outside world, how I see myself is how I see the world and how my world is impacted. So if I feel like if I fear inflation and impact, I'm going to get impact from inflation. If I focus on gratitude and, you know, look at this information of whatever economic reports and everything else, if they say, blah, 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 go, that's information. But I am focusing, 80, 90% of my time on gratitude, not on, my fears and other things, then I get more of this than that. Right. And so I like this change of the way we approach and look at things. Right. Yeah. Even with the Two of Swords, closing our eyes and opening our heart. So again, choosing, I'm not gonna choose to be ruled by my fears. I'm gonna be ruled by gratitude instead. I like that. And it's about being true to your, yeah, you even got enterprise and success with the Three of Pentacles. And the Mother Star. Yes, 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 yes. Which again, we were talking about. You had that yes, that we, oh, did we read the yes or did you have the no? I think we read the yes. Yeah, we had the Mother Star before. So she's coming in again with the power of, it's the power of thought, wasn't it? Let me see here. It had to do with oh no, it was the creator card was the one that said every day we have a choice to be a victim of fear and circumstances or the creator of new consciousness. So I feel like they wanted me to read that part of the opposite card because it's like, yeah, live the full life of the mind, exhilarated by new ideas, intoxicated by romance of the unusual. So think differently when it comes to all this, and you get abundance, you get fullness, you get success when it comes in general with economy and finances and all of that, because there's people that, during COVID suffered financially. There's people that flourished financially. So the circumstances, was it James Allen? I think it was a great author that had uh, this, because they're bringing back to my mind. It's something that he said that it's not the circumstances that determine how to impact someone. Otherwise, the same circumstances would impact everyone exactly the same. So that means that the circumstances don't determine how it impacts the person, but the person that's going through the circumstances that determines how it impacts them. And that's what I feel like is the overall energy of this piece. So I like that for you. And then your other one, Jeep, I'm gonna have that be a free reading, and I'll do that one on the way back around when I come back in a hour and a half or so, if that's cool. All right, so many blessings. Thank you for that. And then HTTPS, let's give that some love and a like here for your additional one. Thank you so much. And then whatever the cards want to show you. All right. I feel like I'm drawn to an oracle for you here. And okay, this one over here. It's kind of torn between divine guidance and guides of the hidden realms. Let's take a look here. This is the one that jumped out first. So, all right, there it is. And it got slow down, non-action, not yet, frozen for a time. Card number 16. I like this. So I feel like there's something in your life here. So the season of winter is a time of rest and non-action for all kinds of life. There are some plants losing their leaves or shutting down their growing energy. Some animals enter hibernation, slowing down their life force and entering the dream time. So now's a similar time for you. A season of non action enables you to rest and gives you the opportunity to dream again, to contemplate the life you're given and your past and future choices. This is not to say that nothing could happen now, but perhaps you've gotten ahead of yourself and need to get back in sync with the universe's plans. Maybe something different will manifest now that you've done so much inner work. It is. Winter appears so you can put things on ice and wait until a better, more aligned time returns. For now, no matter your query, slow down, observe, take a break, and then let go. Things might be slower than you want, and that has to be okay. What appears to be not for you may only be the universe saying, not yet. It's time to make space for something new to develop within you. Soon it will be spring again with many more opportunities to help your dreams come true. I feel like that's for some things in your life. I also want to read the reversed for this one because I feel like this is for something else in your life. So I feel like you'll know which things are to be put on ice and other things that are ready to flow. And this says, there is a great gift in being refused what you believe you want. Yes, it feels frustrating, especially when it appears others are doing well while you are falling behind. The point is not to compare your seasons with anyone else's or your insides with their outsides. When all avenues to your desired outcome appear to be blocked, do not despair. This is not a punishment nor a sign of failure. It's really the universe asking you to relax and wait. Be grateful that your higher power is ensuring that everything lines up perfectly in divine timing and in the most appropriate form for you. Trust the season you are now in. I like that. So that is the message they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And then infinity, I've only got like 2 minutes left. So, and I need to screen capture stuff. So I will make you first when I come back, though. So I appreciate your donation there. Let me just grab that here. Make sure I have that separate. And then let me grab. And so for everyone else, for the free readings, as I mentioned, I shall return about an hour and a half, and then I'll complete Infinity first, and we'll dive deeper into your reading, of course, and then we'll jump into the free readings after that and complete them all out. And then I will be back this evening, as I mentioned, at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and then also tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So thanks for your patience in getting to the free readings, and thank you for all the donations. It is definitely helps me continue to do everything that I do. Otherwise, I'd be exhausted working a full-time job and wouldn't be doing hardly anything besides napping, I think. All right. So I think that's going to be everything here. All right. And we got Alphonse. Here's the final one there, I believe. All right. So thank you guys again so much for all the love and all the support and all the thumbs up. It definitely helps the channel, helps spread the Zen loves who are part of the love tsunami. And remember, as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life, that you truly are unconditionally and eternally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, enjoy the rest of your day or night. If you want to check some stuff out, I got a ton of free content on my main page. June monthlies are there. We got pick a cards, a bunch of I got a from chaos to cozy podcast. So if you want to catch those things while you're waiting for me to come back, please feel free to do so. That's all the free content that's available too. All right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your day and night. Until I see you, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. We'll see you soon.